So hey guys, right now I'm going to be attempting Hera Beorc on Legend difficulty. I've already used this Kirin team today to clear it, so I just wanted to get it recorded on video so you guys can see how Kirin Skillbinders this team can clear this dungeon. This Kirin team has 80%. Um, I would make it 100%, but adding in skill binds, only certain monsters that have skill binds resist. A lot of them, are kind of iffy on putting them into teams. So I just go with 80% skill bind resist, just for a little bit more stability elsewhere. Go ahead and use this Kirinix Hyper next, which is nice. Basically, what you want to do on round one is stall a bit if you can. Try and get your abilities up, or at least get your abilities partially up, um, just in time for Hades. Hades is annoying in this dungeon. He has the most health in this dungeon. So if you want, you can stall on these early rounds just to have abilities up that will make it slightly less annoying. I'm just going to push on through. Since this is legend difficulty, things die quite a bit easier in here than in mythical. So I may just go ahead and push through. Blue Odin was mostly there as a skill boost and stat stick, just so I didn't have to stall as long, so that's always a plus. It's 2+8s in a row, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to go ahead and stall a little bit. Get abilities up. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Apollo when the time comes. I always like to use my abilities when he's on a 2-turn cooldown because he is at I believe 4 million health right now, or if not, somewhere around 2 or 3 million at least. And so, just in case I mess up, there's a little bit of room to hit him next round as well. As you can see, I made sure to separate some light orbs, get some light combos in there, so it should one-shot him fairly easily. Yeah, it one-shotted him. Here's where the 80% skill bind resist comes into play. Um, so now I'm able to use abilities. Leviathan has a set, uh, he has a set move set on this dungeon, so um, I don't have to worry too much about him either until maybe 4 or 5 turns in. He'll use an attack that'll do about 23k here. I'm just gonna go ahead and just try and clear manually right now. And then move on to the last floor because the last floor is going to be a lot about stalling. Because on this Hera Beorc has photosynthesis, which will, for next 10 rounds, I'll just be basically I'll basically just be stalling and waiting for it to run out. And then I'll go ahead and drop her below 50% with using gravities and stuff. And then she'll turn dark orbs into light, and then I'll go ahead and one-shot her. So I'm actually gonna do a bit of damage now so that Kirin's will come back up and I'll be able to drop her below 50% easier. So she'll be working to activate my active. And now notice on Legend, she actually doesn't hit too hard, so you don't have to match hard orbs every turn. I'd say every 2 turns just to be safe. She'll also use an ability called tie up once in a while, where she'll bind one of your creatures. That's something to also look out for. When she does that, she doesn't attack you, so that actually gives you time to stall as well. Actually, never mind, it does. It actually does do damage. Apparently, I forgot how I cleared it earlier. But yeah, dungeon's not too hard. It's just mostly stalling at the end, just um, waiting for the bind to wear off, which is going to be in 3 turns. So just keep on healing up, you know. Uh, don't forget with this team setup, there's also Kushinada just in case as well. There's a few defenses on this team, you know, so you don't have to worry too much. I'm just waiting for the gravities to come back up so I can drop her below 50%, which will make this a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use a Kirin and use Blue Odin. Now make sure not to drop her to um, 30% because she will use Jupiter Genesis, and that will probably, depending on what your HP is, do I believe 14k to 17k. So watch out about this. Um, try and always use a 297 Kirin friend if you got one. Put in some stat sticks. Yeah, she went ahead and started turning um, dark orbs into light, which basically does the work for me. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. So this should one-shot her, and then there's a few Skyfalls. It's light damage, so it's going to do double, so it's going to easily one-shot her, which is nice. And the gold egg drop, which is very awesome. So this is a pretty good run for Legend. I got 2+ eggs and a golden egg, which is nice. If you don't have some of the things I have in my Kirin build, you can replace, Izanagi or Apollo with Chidnut. If you don't want to go skill bind heavy, just put your regular team together. But on Leviathan, make sure you're trying to get your 25x off every turn. You don't need skill bind resist for this. I just prefer it just to have skills up at Leviathan in case of emergency. Because you're gonna have to wait out the 10 turns of photosynthesis on Hera. Uh, so if you don't go skill bind heavy, just pack in some recovery, and manage your orbs a little bit better. Um, you know, After this team, if you have more pluses on your team and stuff, it's go ahead and try mythical, experiment around with your Kirin team and see what works for you, and then try mythical, and just start farming Heras, maybe skill up monsters and stuff. Zeus Dios, Hera Beorc, they're both gonna have uses in the future. Zeus Dios can be good for balance monster teams. On a 16 turn cooldown, has a giant burst of full board green. Hera Beorc, she skills them up, but she also can be skilled up. Astaroth is supposed to be getting branch ultimate evolutions, I heard. So one could be an offensive Astaroth. Ultimate Evo, which would mean Hera Beorc would probably be nice for that because it's going to be a row enhanced heavy team. So just some things to look out for. So yeah, this was Kirin versus Hera Beorc Legend. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.